अब बच्चे खुश और मम्मी भी. Karwa Mini Kids.
Why does Shiva wear the crescent moon? King Daksha had 27 daughters who were all married to the moon. However, the moon was more attracted to one of them, Rohini. The other daughters would often complain to Daksha that their husband was being unfair. One day, King Daksha got angry at the moon and cursed him to lose its shine day by day. From then, the moon started to lose his luminance part out of the 16 parts. Soon, the moon became ashamed. It disappeared into the ocean. After it went in the ocean, many herbs and plants which needed moonlight to grow were dying. They were getting harmed with no moon in sight. The world began to suffer. The celestial beings then advised the moon to go and take shelter in the grace of Lord Shiva. The moon had no other option but to take refuge in Lord Shiva's grace. From that day, ever graceful Lord Shiva wore the crescent moon on his head. Thereafter, he made the moon grow for 15 days and decay for the next 15 days periodically. So, it is due to Lord Shiva that the moon has become so important in the world. Wolf in disguise. There was a greedy wolf in a forest. He was always making plans of how to sustain in the forest. One day, he saw a man with a flock of sheep. He made a plan. He thought of disguising himself in sheep hide and staying with the flock. He entered the flock of sheep and was with them in the fields. At night, the entire flock with the wolf was packed in the fold. The man could not recognize the wolf as he was dressed as a sheep. The man was cooking dinner when he realized he has less food. He went to the fold to get one sheep for dinner. The man ended up picking the wolf. He took it and killed the wolf for dinner. Sometimes easy ways lead you to the worst endings. Moral: not all endings are happy. Kansa and Devki. A few centuries ago, Mathura was ruled by King Ugrasena. His son was Kansa, who was very ambitious. He got his father dethroned with the help of some demons and became king himself. Kansa then put his father in jail. Kansa had a cousin sister, Devki, whom he admired. She was getting married to Prince Vasudev. Kansa was taking the couple to the palace after the ceremony in a chariot. On the way to the palace, he heard a strange voice from the heavens. The voice said, "You are such a fool, Kansa! Devaki's 8th child is going to kill you after he is born." Kansa was shocked hearing these words. He stopped the carriage and pulled his sister out by her hair. Kansa had decided to kill her with his sword, but Vasudev intervened. Vasudev looked at Kansa and requested him to not kill his own sister. "I promise to give you all our children as soon as they are born," he added. Since Vasudev was famous for being true to his words, Kansa agreed. Kansa spared his sister's life. A few months later, Vasudev brought their first child to Kansa. Kansa was impressed by Vasudev's honesty. He told himself, "I should spare the other 7 children." One day, Narad appeared before him. Narad said, "All the gods above are unhappy and want to kill you. You must not spare any child." Kansa immediately took the baby again from Vasudev and killed it. Later, Kansa jailed Vasudev and Devaki. He put them under heavy supervision. He gradually killed all the 6 children. Soon, Devaki was pregnant with the 7th child. She desperately wanted to save this baby. She was afraid of losing this child also to Kansa. God Shesh, also known as Anand, appeared in her womb to bless her. In the meantime, in the heavens, God was requesting Yoga Maya to place herself in Yashoda's womb. He said, Yoga Maya, you must take Devaki's womb and place her son in the womb of Rohini. Rohini is Vasudev's wife in Gokul. Yashoda is Prince Nanda's wife in Gokul. This son will be named as Balaram. You will take birth from Yashoda's womb and you will be known as Goddess Durga. Yogamaya did as told. People thought Devaki had a miscarriage and were sympathetic towards her. She then conceived for the 8th time. Now, Kansa was more careful. He knew the 8th baby will kill him. Kansa noticed a divine glow this time on Devaki's face. He knew his killer was in her womb.
Killing of Mahishasur. Ram and Maheshi had a son named Mahishasur. He was famous for his courage and valor since his childhood. He won back his father's territories and even expanded them. Mahishasur's unbeatable power and strength made him the king of devils. One day, he came to know that his uncle, Karamb, was killed by the king of gods, Indra, in a tapasya. This made Mahishasur very angry on Indra. He took a vow to kill Indra along with all the other gods. Mahishasur went to the Himalayas to do meditation. Seeing his meditation for many years, Lord Brahma finally appeared before him. Mahishasur asked Lord Brahma to make him immortal. I want that I can never be killed by anyone from the 3 worlds, he told Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma granted his wish. It was the same one as his father, Ramb. Mahishasur thanked Lord Brahma and left. He then came to his kingdom and made a huge army of devils to attack Devlok. Lord Indra also came there on his elephant Airavat and a huge army of gods. First, Bidal was sent to fight the gods. Bidal was the commander-in-chief of Mahishasur's army. Bidal's army attacked the gods. A fierce battle had begun. The 3 worlds had started trembling due to this battle between the gods and the devil. Suddenly, Indra's son Jayanta shot 5 arrows at Bidal. The arrows hit Bidal and he fainted. Bidal was taken back to the camp by his charioteer. The army of devils also ran back. The devils had lost this war. Mahishasur got even more furious with this defeat. He gathered his commanders Ugrast, Andhak, etc., picked up his mace and proceeded to attack Indra himself. Seeing Mahishasur, all the gods Indra, Mahesh, Vishnu and Lord Brahma came to the battlefield to fight him. Mahishasur also produced hundreds of demons on the field to fight the gods. Lord Vishnu used his Sudarshan Chakra to kill the demons, but in vain. The demons were being reborn despite of getting beheaded. The 3 gods, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, fled after seeing all this. The other gods followed them and the devils finally won the war. Mahishasur took over Amravati, Kamdhenu the cow and Airavat the elephant from Lord Indra. He was now the king of all the 3 worlds. The gods had lost their home, their heaven. They were running from pillar to post, looking for a shelter from Mahishasur. They went to Lord Brahma, asking for help. I had granted Mahishasur his wish of not being killed by any man in the three worlds. I had specifically said he would not be killed by any man, said Lord Brahma. The gods understood that Mahishasur could hence be killed only by a woman. They then went to Lord Vishnu. They explained the entire story to Lord Vishnu. They all decided that they needed to pray to goddess Bhagavati. She was the one who could save them all. They all began praying for her. Suddenly, they heard a voice asking them to collect all their powers together in order to see goddess Bhagavati. The gods collected their body parts, which were their best power, and a halo of light appeared before them. Soon, goddess Bhagavati appeared before them from these parts. She had Yama's hair, Shiva's mouth, Lord Brahma's feet, Vishnu's hands, eyes from god of fire, ears from air. Then the gods gave her their own weapons too. Shiva gave his Trishul, Vishnu gave the Chakra, Brahma gave the Kamandal, King of Oceans gave her jewelry, Sheshnag gave her a necklace of snakes, God Agni gave her his strength, Yama gave death stick, Vishwakarma gave her the axe, and so on. All the gods honored her by giving their best to goddess Bhagavati. Goddess Bhagavati then reassured them and asked them not to be afraid of Mahishasur. She suddenly laughed very loudly. Ha 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 ha! Her laughter spread out in 10 directions, shaking the three worlds. Even Mahishasur trembled hearing the laugh. He immediately sent his men to find out the source. The men came back and told him that a beautiful woman was sitting near his kingdom on a rock. She also had all weapons with her. Mahishasur asked Chikshur to fetch the woman. "Ask Mahishasur to come and fight with me. I'm going to kill him," said the goddess angrily. Chikshur came back and told Mahishasur about the goddess. Mahishasur did not like the threat made by the goddess. He asked Chikshur to bring her to the kingdom forcefully. The commander went to the goddess with his army of devils. Seeing the army, goddess Bhagavati released numerous arrows on the demons, killing Chikshur. Mahishasur came to know about this defeat. He sent commander after commander to fight her, but all met with the same fate: death. He then gathered his army and left to fight Bhagavati himself. He went there and called her a fool to have come to fight him. "How dare you think you could fight me? I will be killing you in no time now. If you agree to be with me on my side, I can spare your life," he told the goddess. "So you are the fool who dared attack the gods? You are the head of these stupid commanders. I'm here to punish you for troubling the three worlds," roared goddess Bhagavati. Then she rained arrows on the army and her lion also attacked them. The army was reduced to a handful in no time. Mahishasur quickly turned into a buffalo, using his powers and started attacking. Goddess reminded him that his end was near. She reminded him of the boon Lord Brahma gave him. "He told you no man can kill you. It means you will be killed by a woman," she said. Hearing this, Mahishasur realized the truth. He threw a mountain on the goddess, but in vain. The goddess caught him in a net of snakes, but he came out of it in the form of lion. Mahishasur started changing himself into various forms to save himself. He became a man with a sword, a big elephant, and even a buffalo. As he was trying to come out of the buffalo's mouth as a man, the goddess cut his head. This finally killed Mahishasur. Soon his entire army ran away, and the gods finally got their land back. All the gods were impressed by goddess Bhagavati's valor. They showered her with flowers and music. The three worlds were now free of devils like Mahishasur.
Krishna in Mathura. Krishna, Balaram, and their friends reached Mathura by evening. On their way here, many people had come to meet them too. Nanda Baba was also waiting for them at Mathura. They asked Akura to return to his house with the chariot. They wanted to see Mathura before going home. But Akura did not want to leave them alone at night. He invited them to his home for some rest. Krishna and Balaram had heard about the craze of the two brothers and wanted to see that in person now. "We will come some other day, Akura. We need to kill Kansa first, then we will come to your home," said Krishna. Akura had informed Kansa that Krishna and Balaram had entered Mathura. Next day, the boys went out to explore the beautiful city of Mathura. It was grand. House doors were decorated with golds and jewels. Balconies and windows were also studded with precious stones. People were offering beautiful flowers and welcoming them. A little ahead, they saw a washerman coming towards them with his helpers. The washerman had clothes with him. Krishna requested him to give them few clothes, but he denied. The washerman said no very rudely and called them junglis. Hearing this, Krishna thought of teaching him a lesson. He took him by the arm and knocked his head off. His helpers then ran away to save their lives. Krishna and Balaram took some clothes and distributed to their friends. Krishna chose a golden cloth for himself, while Balaram took a blue one. They went to a tailor who was happy on seeing them. He stitched beautiful garments for them and was rewarded. Then they came across a garland maker. He offered all his flowers to Krishna and Balaram. Krishna then picked out Vaijanthamala for himself, and Balaram took a garland of blue roses. The maker was also blessed with long life and happiness. They moved on from there and came across a very beautiful woman. The woman was limping due to bends on 3 sides. She was carrying sandalwood. Krishna asked her, where was she going? She said she was taking these scents to Kansa. But the woman said that Krishna deserved the scents more than Kansa. She gave them the scents. In return, Krishna rewarded her by removing all her deformities. She became perfect again and all left.